Hey folks, Adam here, and we're about to tell you 10 things you absolutely need to know before heading to Tokyo, Japan in general. And let's go ahead and kick it off right about now. Now, first and foremost, you're going to want to know some tips about photography, what to do and what not to do. We're also going to tell you about the districts. We're going to give you some customs and courtesies. We're going to talk about the luggage couriers. What's the best approach to taking a train and mass transit in the area? We're going to talk about karaoke, the bars, which ones you're not allowed in, and we're going to talk about some of the animal interactions that you're going to have in Tokyo. So let's go ahead, check it out, and kick it off right about now. So, like I said, photography. Photography is a tricky situation. You're in a foreign country, you're going to want to take a lot of photos, a lot of video. However, they've had problems in the past with people taking videos that maybe aren't appropriate, you know? Japanese tourists have been known for taking a lot of photography. Japanese cameras, huge and very popular, but they wound up with an issue several years ago where people were taking a lot of photos they shouldn't have been taking of the younger women. So, what did they do? They kind of have changed the culture where it's completely inappropriate to take pictures of strangers. In fact, not only is it frowned upon, but it could wind you in jail. So, my big advice to you is take as many pictures of the building, the Harajuku district, the downtown, whatever you want to take a picture of, take a picture of that. But don't necessarily take pictures of individual people. You may see a Harajuku girl, a girl all dressed up for a club. You may see something fun. That doesn't mean you can take a picture of them. Very inappropriate. Even to ask, they're going to say no. The bottom line is, taking pictures and videos is fine, but be very careful taking pictures of individual people. They're a private society, and that's definitely frowned upon. Okay, so second, number 2, know your districts. There's Shinjuku, there's Harajuku, there's Shibuya. There's all sorts of fun districts that you want to go to. Do your research in advance. If you're there for a week, if you're there for a month, if you're there for a year, figure out the names of the districts that you want to travel to. Then you can look them up on the train stops or check them out with taxis or see how walkable they are and go to those districts. The first time I went to Japan, Amy did the research and said, hey, we're going to want to stay in Shibuya. That's their Manhattan. That's their big happening downtown with all the businessmen and all the fun stuff. She said Harajuku is a fun district. Shibuya is an incredible district. If nothing else, we're going to hit those 3 districts. So those are the first 3 that we went to, and I recommend making those your first 3 as well. I was very happy that she did the research so I didn't have to. However, if you've never been there before, have in mind the 3 or 4 districts that you're going to want to go to. Tokyo is a big city, over 20 million people. Within Tokyo, there are several districts, dozens of them. And those are little cities within the big city. So knowing, okay, I am staying in Tokyo, but I specifically want to see that downtown, that lighted up district with all the hustle and the bustle. Well, I want to go to Shibuya. Or, no, I want to see the girls and the nightlife and the fun. I want to go to Harajuku. Look up the districts, figure out what is best for you. There's different parks in some districts. There may be more trees in some districts. There may be more nightclubs in another district or food district. Find out the one that's best for you. Get those names in your head, write them down, and then you're going to know where to stop off on the train. So knowing the districts is going to be a very important tip, and that's number 2. Number 3, stay to the right. Actually, stay to the left. Stay to the left. You're going to notice when you're going up, say, an escalator, people line up on one side or the other. The other is a passing zone. They're much more strict on this. You seem very rude if you and your partner are standing on both sides. So be observant. Watch the crowds. In many cases, all people going one way will be in a line together. They're very big on queuing up. They're very big on everybody being in a line together. And if you're walking side by side, blocking a path, you're in the wrong, okay? So generally speaking, like going up an escalator, be on your left. but be cognizant of a lot of walking patterns, particularly in a big city like this. People are going to walk on one side or the other. There's going to be passing lanes, if you will, and don't be the ugly American who's walking just on both sides, like in the middle, or you and your spouse are next to each other. We don't follow those customs as much here in the United States and in a lot of places. So keep your eyes out, and if you notice people lining up one side or the other, follow their lead. Also be quiet, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4 is be quiet, okay? If you've been there before, you know what I mean. On the trains, the only people you'll hear talking are foreigners, period. Local businessmen want to sleep on their way home. You can hear a pin drop on public transportation. If you're talking with a full voice, you're probably in the wrong. If you go to McDonald's and you're having a conversation, you're probably in the wrong. I noticed that my time going to just fast food restaurants, people were quiet. You're having a respectful breakfast and you're being respectful of the people around you. It's a big city. Being polite is very important for that big city to work. If you're on the train, if you have to say something, you should whisper it. Whisper it. A lot of people are going to be reading. A lot of people are going to be silent. A lot of people are going to be sleeping peacefully. And you don't want to be the only person making a bunch of noise. So just be very careful of that. And in general, if you're used to talking like this, talk like this. Keep it quiet. Keep it respectful. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Download the Suica app. Suica. That's the app that you're going to use to get on and off the train. Okay? It's got that little scan where it's like a boarding pass where you just scan it and it'll automatically charge your account to get on and off the train. Get that in advance. Get it tied to your credit card or prepay on it. And that way you can get on and off the trains, the public transportation, and use a lot of things, even vending machines. The Suica, Suica, the app is going to be a great addition to your trip. Get it before you go. It's in your app store, whether it's Google or Apple. I'm not associated with them, but I can tell you that is the app they use for all the mass transit, and that's the app that you're going to want to use as well. And I think it's going to do you a world of good to have that app set up and ready to go. Also, consider using a luggage courier. It's very economical, probably about $20, $25. If you get to the airport, you go down, you grab your baggage, Tokyo Airport, Narita, wherever you may be, grab your baggage. Right next to baggage claim, there's going to be a couple counters of reputable couriers. You walk over there, you hand them your bag, pay the fee, and let them know what hotel to drop the bags off in. Again, the trains are different than here in the United States. They're very clean, they're very organized, and they're very quiet. People aren't bringing big bags and luggage with them and going 2 hours to Tokyo or an hour to Tokyo. The courier brings that to your hotel for you. You don't want to get off at a train stop and have to make a quarter mile or a half mile or a 1 mile walk with 2 40-pound bags. That's ridiculous. The couriers are affordable. They're efficient. In many cases, if you get there early in the day, your bag will be waiting for you in your hotel in a couple hours. If for whatever reason you get in at night, it'll be there in the morning. So do be careful if you use a courier. Maybe have a backpack with you with what you need for shower gear and stuff for the night. So most people are going to get to the airport, have some big bag or two. Be prepared to walk from baggage claim right over to the courier, tell them which hotel you're staying at, and that's going to make your trip much easier, that you're not lugging giant bags through Tokyo. In the winter, it might be snowing, it might be raining. This is going to make your trip much better to just use a luggage courier. I don't say that because I think you should do this. This is what everyone does, okay? The luggage couriers are a great opportunity. Next, you're going to want to avoid littering. I know this sounds stupid, but guess what? A few years ago, there were some activities, people leaving things in trash. So they got rid of all the trash cans in Tokyo. So the businesses adjusted. They didn't give you unnecessary receipts. They didn't give you unnecessary paper products. And there's literally no place to leave trash in Tokyo. I wasn't ready for it when I got there. I didn't understand it. I was kind of upset about it. I was like, where do I put all my trash? So if you go somewhere, you eat, and they give you a napkin, you got to put that in your pocket, or ask the person who gave it to you if they will throw it out. Just that easy. I've seen enough YouTube videos where guys like, oh, I got no place to put this, and then they'll throw it down, or they'll throw it behind a counter, or they'll put it in a recycle bin. Because there are some recycle bins. Don't do that. The Japanese culture is currently that they don't have trash cans out in the public, so you hold on to whatever trash you get. Maybe you carry a bag with you, you put it in your bag, you put it in your pocket. It's wildly inconvenient in my opinion. I hope they switch that back, but you're just going to have to be very careful to not litter and be prepared. Anytime somebody hands you a piece of trash, you got a gum wrapper, be ready to put that in your pocket because there's no place to put it. Let's see. Try the karaoke. That's my tip. In Japan, you will see karaoke businesses. Practically in Tokyo, practically every block, you'll see a couple little karaoke rooms. They're fun. They're super fun, okay? So imagine it, a lot of these aren't much bigger than a closet. They're tiny little, you go in, you go to the attendant, and you say, hey, I would like 30 minutes of karaoke. I'd like an hour of karaoke. And they've got some options for you, okay? They say, all right, how many people? Okay, we got 4 people. We'll put you in a room for 4 people. So it's practically just a bench. You know, it'll be a bench or a couch, a TV screen, and a karaoke machine. You're paying by the hour. It's actually relatively cheap. You might pay $15 for an hour. Super cheap. You can, with that, oftentimes will be included like sodas or snacks. You can up the package a little bit, like if you want an adult beverage, if you want something else with that, you can include that, and it's a relatively inexpensive afternoon or evening of activity. They put you in this little soundproof room with your friends, and it's a great way to, they've got American, they've got other languages, English and other languages. They've got a bunch of songs, screen, words, and you can kind of, it's dark room, and you can cut up with your friends. And again, a lot of times the beverages are included, so you can sit there for a couple hours, prepay, and it's a great way to have a night on the town for maybe $30 for you and your friends. It's a very reasonable price for being in a big city and having a night of entertainment. If you go to Japan, if you go to Tokyo, make sure you at least try the karaoke, because we don't quite do it like that in the United States, and it's definitely something to experience. It's a lot of fun, it's a soundproof room, and it's a good way to just have a fun interaction. So definitely try the karaoke. I would also recommend to try the pig bars. What did I say? Try the animal bars. So there's going to be different locations throughout the city. And it might just say, hey, do you want to pet a fox? You know, it might have a picture of a fox on a building, a bunch of foxes. You go in there and they'll have these cute little foxes that you can, or baby pigs, or maybe they got puppies or kittens or cats. Now, both the karaoke and the animal cafes, we'll call them, they usually have free sodas, they usually have snacks available, they usually have like a little locker for you to put your stuff in, and rooms that you can do this. Think about it this way. If you live in Tokyo, you probably don't have a big house. So if you want to entertain, you've got to go to a karaoke bar. If you want to have a pet, instead of having a pet in a 800 square foot apartment or 500 square foot apartment, you just go once a month and visit the pigs and the dogs and the cats that you like. So it's really kind of fun. There's all sorts of different animals, hedgehog cafes and hamster cafes and bunny cafes, and very cute, adorable animals. They take care of them responsibly and reasonably. They're an advanced society that is not just being mean to these animals. But it's a fun activity. It's a fun activity. You don't get anything like it in the United States. It is reasonably priced, $10, $15. You get an hour to play with the kittens or whatever it may be. And this is something that the locals will do, because a lot of locals don't have the opportunity to have pets. Maybe they work too much to take care of the pets. Maybe there's no place to let the pets go to the bathroom. But if you want to have a mini pig experience or a guinea pig experience, definitely go try that out. Even if you don't think you'll like it, I bet you will. Okay. Obviously hit some of the local stores. You're going to hit Don Quixote's. You're going to hit some of the, try some of the Japanese cosmetics. There's some amazing cosmetics at a bargain basement price that you can't get here in the United States. So try that. But my bonus here, the extra one that I'm going to tell you, is be careful with the bars. Okay? Not that they're unsafe, but they may not welcome you. Not all bars are open to tourists. Japanese society doesn't necessarily mean that everybody gets to participate in everything. I think we try to have a sense of like equality in the United States. Everyone gets to try everything. Everyone has the opportunity. That may not be true there with some of the bars. Some of the bars are set up very differently. Okay, there's girl bars. There's video bars. There's all sorts of individual types of bars. I've asked to go into some. They can say no. I've asked to go into some with locals, and they'll say yes. One of the examples, a girl bar. Again, there'll be a girl standing outside on the street. She'll flag you down. And the intent is that you go to her bar. It may be her and one other person. It may be you and just her. She has a bar, and the intent is maybe you're a businessman or who's been working a long day, and you've been working till 10 p.m. and you just want to have 2-3 hours of drinks and go to sleep. Well, she's going to be your particular friend, your bartender, and possibly your shoulder to cry on for the next 2 to 3 hours. So it's a different scenario. Like, it's more one-on-one. There may be a bartender and a girl. There may be a bartender and 2 girls and you. It may be you, your friend, and 2 girls. It may be you and a boy. But the intent is for you to have a friend, somebody that you connect with, and they want you to do that every week. So they're not interested in a tourist who can't speak the language to come into their bar one time and buy 3 shots. They don't care. They're not in it for the short game. The intent is you're a wealthy businessman, you work 80 hours a week, you need 3 hours to blow off some steam every Wednesday night, so you come there every Wednesday night. You might bring them gifts, you might take them out, you might you're buying their drinks, your drinks, etc., etc. You might bring your friends, they might bring their friends. It's a long-term commitment that is intended for people that work so much or are out so much they can't make friends for themselves, whatever it may be. It's a society that works. It's wonderful. I'm very supportive. I don't know all the details. I haven't experienced as much as a local has. But don't think that just because you're a tourist who wants to buy 4 shots, that you got $200 to spend, that they want to welcome you to that. It's even, like I said, it may be, they have a lot of bars that are dedicated to having attractive people to hang out with you. So you're working a lot. You have a couple guys that are there every Wednesday night, every Tuesday night, once a week, every Friday, whatever. They know your schedule. You come in on schedule, and those guys are there to hang out with you. And you're buying their drinks. You're buying them watches. You're hanging out with them. They are celebrities that you get to hang out with. Literally celebrities. There are some people that make millions of dollars a year just being bar patrons. It's a different society. It's kind of a fun concept if you think about it, because how many times have you been like, oh man, I want to go out, but I didn't make plans, I don't have anyone to hang out with, whatever. They can literally have people that are going to make you feel like a rock star, good-looking, attractive people that make you feel good, make you feel cool, but it's a give and take, and it is a monetary relationship. Same thing with geishas and things like that. There's culture associated with it, so it may not be welcoming to every American that just wants to come in and get a drink. Okay? Yeah. So folks, make sure to click that subscribe button. We actually have more details and some videos that would never make it to YouTube in our membership section. So click that join button. It's only like $5 a month. And you can have access to all sorts of additional information. If you like this video, please do that, and or click subscribe, or leave me a comment with your thoughts. If you've been to Japan, you've been to Tokyo, you're going there, when are you going? What's your purpose of going there? With those girl bars, It's not uncommon for guys to go there for several months and strike up a relationship with the bartender, with the girl at the bar. So that's something that's a long-term thing. And a lot of those aren't open to, oh, I just want to go there one time. Okay? So we've covered knowing your districts, staying on the right side of the escalators and the travel areas, being quiet, the apps, the Suica app, the luggage courier, that you should avoid littering, the fact that you need to be careful with photography, of course, trying karaoke, trying some of the animal bars, and of course, that maybe not all the bars want you there. Folks, my name is Adam. We're talking about the most elite products in all the land. Go check it out. And please click that subscribe button. If you have any questions, leave them below. Thanks for watching, and goodbye, my friends.